in the present day research. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sudip Chakraborty to take our virtual stage and share his words of wisdom.
First of all, good morning. So first of all, I thanks to the IIM Voices International Names Sudip.
आवाज नहीं आ रही है
IIM Voices for ऐसे तो बिना तो and then would like to thanks the pillar of the Institute. Professor questions and Professor Executive Director, and the organizing committee. First of all, I like to thank the Professor Director of this University and the partners to present short story about this, and also like to thank the organizing committee and the other members, this and the Krishna Singh and so with this, I might just going to start about the role of search engine presentations. So when here at the beginning, I would like to say about my journey in my research. So when I started my journey after just finishing my master's, so during this time, my boss has asked me to go library and search journal. Library really लोग तो बोलते थे मंदिर जैसा था पर मेरे लिए तो डरावना था. When I just entered into the room, I found that several number of books, literatures, many things are there, but it is difficult for me to find out that which problem my boss is giving to me to identify that with that literature. Because in the library, that the number of books, and you have to find out the number of pages, that which is a big task during the year of just before 1990. So just before the boom of internet. So after internet has come, so we have many relaxation about the literatures. So first of all, when you are, let's say, example, Professor talked about the research problem and the paper writing part, and Dr. Bansa has about the how to design a problem. But here, my observation is you have to find out the exact gap between which has published already and which you are going to do based on your topic. So suppose, example, my boss is given to me that biomolecular hydration. So in that biomolecular hydration, there is a number of words. In biomolecular, that protein, DNA, and the other macromolecules also. In the hydration, since the water, the next part is water. So I have to search with those keywords. But some of the time, if I mislead, if that term, other than that only in biomolecular hydration part, say protein, DNA, and the macromolecule, and the water. So that will give us approximately thousands of articles published at the time. So it is very, very difficult for me to identify that particular article and start my research. So that is why searching in that time that Google is there in the literature. So generally to Google भी है and the other search engines are there. So कुछ तो ढूंढ सकते हैं. Then when I start a problem, so with the jumble of the keywords, whenever you start your research, at that time you have to very narrative about your keywords and very specific about your keywords. Because with these thousands of articles, it is very, very difficult for me to identify my problem. So that is there. So nowadays it's kind of, research is kind of like a demand from the company, what they are demanding, and you have to supply. And it's a very specific nowadays the research. And then you have to basically very that find out that the particular gap between which is published and which you are going to go based on the market demand. And basic science nowadays also the funding agencies are also looking into that whether your research is applicable or not. There is a good number of people are basically based on citation. So I'll discuss about discussion. So that in this way, if I'm looking to the literature survey, which is an integral part of research. So most of the cases, I would like to suggest whenever you start your research. So based on the literature survey, one can write an article, just a review article. That will give you a publication and as well as some room that you will have publication in your first year. Because if some experimental fellow is there or some theoretical fellow, obviously to start your original problem takes some time, approximately 2 years. So and during this time, we are now at that word publish and publish. So you are publishing is okay, otherwise. So to follow this word, everyone has to publish. And during your literature survey, if you are having a good knowledge about your literature, so one can write an article. Just to start the initial point, that one is a review article. It's a good start in your research. And as well as that whenever the original publication will come out. So during this time, you will not feel bad that I'm not having any publication. Rather than to publish multiple number of journals in particular, it's a very good way to start individually. We are having some publication. Okay. So in my discussion, the first part is the concept of search methodology. Second one, I will discuss what are the search engines, importance of search engines, and then I will discuss the category of search engine and use of the search engine in a normal daily life search and as well as in research. So in this concept of search methodology, one have to be very specific about the keyword, which kind of problem they are looking to find out the gap. Now, just I am defining the what are the search engines. So I have written that search engine basically a software package, which is basically designed for information or extract information from World Wide Web. And that the search engine are basically following, basically looking certain keywords, and which are basically presenting into a database, mandate database, or basically all present in a library or present in other sources. And in what's the importance of the search engines other way? Suppose some government article, government policies, government database are there. Suppose someone is working on the economic policy. So in such cases, those document and database is difficult to keep a track or record in your library. So such databases are available online. So if you are using certain search engine, I'm giving you an example of search engines. So search engines, one can get those databases or access those databases very quickly. And among them, one can basically track their particular part among 100 or 200 pages of content. So in a common way, that common search engine, if you are talking about, couple of search engines are very popular among the World Wide Web. The first one is the Google. It's a very popular. Netscape, Yahoo, AOL, MSN, and others. So those are search engines are for basically very life search engines. Suppose the one can look into like ISCTC, you will get ISCTC database very quickly. But how they are basically that Google is searching those databases come. In the case of research, suppose someone is looking to the databases. Among the databases, the important databases are Scopus, Web of Science. PubMed is very common for biology people as well as for chemistry people. ERIC, IEEE is basically mainly for engineering people. IEEE transaction and other. This one is a very big database. Another database I have not mentioned, that one is a Honeycomb Info Society. That one is a journal as well as a database too. Science Direct and DOAG. This Science Direct is basically a very huge database which people are using to start their research. And if you are basically made a simple type and bringing the name of protein DNA interaction or protein interaction, you will get thousands of articles from Science Direct itself. That importance of search engine. So in our literature, basically approximately more than 10 billions of data articles are there.
Little bit louder because we have a lot of people joining us online.
Okay.
Yeah. What does yours say?
So the importance of search engine. So if you are looking to, the World Wide Web contains approximately more than 10 billions of articles or say newspaper journals. To basically to do search within a couple of minutes without the search engine, this is very difficult. Very difficult to find. So that one is a major importance of the search engine. Just to find out if your net connection obviously there, then one can connect and identify your article which you are within a couple of minutes. These are the categories of search engines. So the first category is basically the crawler-based search engines. Some of the time people are saying that it's a spider search engines. Second one is the directory-based search engines. Third one is the hybrid search engine, and the fourth is the data search engine. So first one is a crawler or a spider-based search engine. Google and Yahoo, if you are taking the example, Google and Yahoo are basically both are come under the crawler-based search engine. This crawler-based search engine, some of the scientific databases also come under the crawler-based search engine. Say Spider, as well as SciFinder. But the most popular one are Google and Yahoo. Those two are most popular search engine. If you look onto the Google page, that one is a single window. One can search, you can search your basically database which you are looking into. So you can type that and you will find out from Google. But along with this simple Google set, Google has other tools too. Google Map, basically familiar with this simple Google Map. So in your mobile nowadays, obviously people the companies are already loaded that other Google advisors along with the simple Google tool. So that those are very useful. Yahoo nowadays follows the similar kind of. They have updated their search engine. Previously, the Yahoo basically come with a multiple number of things, newsletter, say whether everything come in a single page, and which is some of the time it's very crazy because if someone is looking to those are all data once shot, people feel crazy when you wake up in the morning. That time your brain is in people clump, so that time always people are looking to some data which is very general and very simple. So that one is Google is following, and that one is basically the success of Google story. So then basically Yahoo nowadays updated their search engine as per the crawler and the spider-based search engine. So what are the crawler and the spider-based search engines? Crawler or a spider-based search engines mean whenever you type a data or a word, keyword, so that time that keyword Google basically search all over from the web pages are available into the web, and then basically they combine the all word and reflect as a result into their page. Next one is the directory based search. Directory-based search, one of the most common directory-based searches is Yahoo directory, Open Directory, and our research directory. Because our research directory is a very newest one. It comes after 2021 in the picture. Because previously Microsoft has one repository, Microsoft Academic. But that Microsoft Academic is very uncommon and people are not using that Microsoft Academy because it's they are charging some amount to access their database. But it contains a lot of articles, lot of things are there, but people are not aware of that. We are loosely aware of the So these directories are some of the time good, some of the time bad. If they are charging, suppose an institution has not able to pay that much of amount. So in those cases or in such cases, I would like to use some other database. So that one is basically directory-based search engines. Now come to the point of these hybrid search engines. In a hybrid search engines, this one is basically a combination of crawler and directory-based search engines. Among them, the most popular example are Google and Yahoo. That Google, you can make a Google Drive. That one is also comes in a directory. So if you are making, suppose let's say, question or some writer, Google will share that data manually. So you may know or unknow, you have an idea about that or not, but Google will share that. So after a few months, if you with that. Another one is that meta search engine. So we suppose that someone is from chemistry side or say biology side. They are also looking to structure, say protein crystal structure or say macromolecular crystal structure, which has the published or not. If in case of Google, you can only type, but you cannot put the picture. In the case of a meta search engine, there is an advantage. A docfile is the most common one. So if you are having a picture that whether that molecule is published, because this one is very, very popular for organic chemistry. They are looking to that whether a particular molecule, particular active isomer, that one is published. Because if that one is published, they can move up or not. Suppose another more important, suppose that the histone chaperone is one important protein. So that histone chaperone, if a particular kind of a crystal structure, chemical full histone chaperone is the published. And if I'm planning to work on the other part, before starting my work, I definitely will search whether that work has published or someone is working on it. Because if someone is getting that structure or crystal structure of that particular portion, they obviously deposit it for 1 month publication in a protein data. Now protein data has the computer model, the structure model, or say using the AlphaFold, so they can deposit that. So in the meta search result is that article or structure is published on. So in your research, whenever you start a problem, so before one published, one need to basically identify your problem and fill the gap, and on which part you are planning to work on. In case of a protein crystallography or say organic synthesis people, they are basically very, very familiar with this meta search engine. Now, as I had basically given us some basic common tools which one can use for search. In Google, if you are basically type one word and use that sign plus, that word or that phrase, if you are given in a single way, single shot, without any blank sign. So that plus sign means Google will search all data which are available into the World Wide Web with that particular one. So if you search with a protein blank, definitely you should give a blank sign. So protein plus DNA, all articles which will come into your first page come into protein and the DNA. The minus sign signifying that DNA data, DNA word will not be there into your data search. So plus protein minus blank minus DNA. So plus protein, your search come with the protein, whether it's a protein primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, protein interaction, protein hydration, everything will come without the DNA. Blank plus DNA, your search obviously will come every data which come with the protein and the DNA. So there in search, these are basically similar for every kind of search related to the program, Yahoo or Google. So if one is giving the quotation sign, so that quotation sign will identify that particular phrase, say biomolecular hydration, say protein blank DNA. That phrase will be searched from the entire World Wide Web. If one used this sign, and then that one is this or part and and. Here I have included the or part only. So this or sign, basically, if you are giving that protein or a DNA, in your first stage, protein as well as DNA will come along, and that protein and the DNA will give you similar result as like plus protein blank plus DNA. So with this just a simple plus minus colon sign and the or, one can basically update your literature. So other than to get a vast story about which you are planning, so with this couple of simple short sign, one can basically short or quench their research rather than make it unquenched. After using this one is basically very common protocol for research. That first one is a pioneering authors. So suppose I am as like I am basically from the starting talking about the mathematical hydration. So that first you have to identify that who are the pioneer author of mathematical hydration. If you put the keyword, you can find suppose a 10 names come with the biological hydration. Go to their profile. So just click on a simple article. Say, example, I'm bringing one name that John Eastra. John Eastra is one of the famous person in that biological hydration. So that John Eastra, search it with that John Eastra, one can get multiple number of articles. So with that article, one can get a start that which kind of idea already he has published. And if that person is the repute of that particular field, then it's a very good way rather than to make a copy with or make a derivative work of others. You can basically start with a new idea if already someone has published. Next one is the pall growing or snowballing approach. This pall growing is basically corresponds to the citation index. So every scientist has come with their own citation, as the man has already talked about in the morning, that each index, the number of citation. So if someone say first you're in your search out of using search engine for research, first you identify the pioneering authors. Among the pioneering authors who are the highly cited, then next identification will be that pall growing related to the number of citations. If someone is citing come with a very high citation, which means he is the popular ones in that field with the launching of new ideas and public work. So that is why that couple of names are very common, that science citation index, social science citation index. So those are basically, and this one is that art of humanities, arts and humanities citation index. So with those citation index, one can identify or basically extract that particular person, which is the one in that very good search engine for the beginners. One can start. Google Books, how Google Books will help you. Google Books, if one can agree with me, that Google Books is not come with a full view of all books. Some of the books are come with a snap view. Some of the books are come with a no preview. But still, Google Books give you an idea about the content of which is present into that book. So if that book is there and you are not able to basically hold out parts of that book, then you can look into the library. Definitely, that all books and all references are not being able to purchase the particular person because, and in such cases, that is why we are basically taking access of the library. So that in that way, Google Books and Google Scholar can help. Next part is the importance of research. Now, in your first year, you can basically have this idea. मैंने आपको बहुत कुछ शेयर किया. इसके बाद आपका जरूरत पड़ेगा एग्रीकल्चर. How basically you will get to agriculture. Suppose example, you are working in a rural place and it is difficult to have an article or access an article. In such cases, you can communicate with the researcher around the world who are working in your field through research. Because to get an access of journal, it is very, very expensive. Suppose say not protein and DNA, simple but taking it further. So if that one is a plus sign, you have given green. Blank. So suppose that other than the protein and DNA, I just took an example of protein and DNA. Other than that, if you are taking a color, say plus green, blank plus green plus minus black. That means your content in the first page Google come with only the name, only that word green. No black will be there. So suppose you have started your search, say plus green, blank, plus black. So in your first page will come with green and black, which basically sentence or which data come with that black and green, everything will come onto your first page. So if you are using that blank minus that word or any phrase, the sentence which does not contain that word or phrase which come in of the first page of Google. So that is the difference. And in the other way, if you are using say green and black, give a similar instances as like plus sign when both are plus. Yes. Sorry?
Country specific. So suppose I want results from only German scientists or Italian scientists or Indian scientists, then how to search for that?
It's written. In a crawler-based search, that one is very okay. So in a crawler-based search, when I look into only the crawler-based search, crawler-based, as I basically separated the full four categories. First one is crawler-based engine, second one is a directory-based, and third one is a hybrid-based. So in a hybrid-based, come with a crawler and directories. Suppose you are looking some Indian scientists, the result of some Indian scientists. That will come with the crawler-based. Simply because you have given some name of India, say if you have written some X, comma India, or say blank plus sign India, will give you the person who is working on that field from India, which you are asking. So now, if you are basically looked into their work, a specific work which you are looked into, then use a search engine. That search engine will basically, your search engine, that hybrid search engine will look into the directory. Crawler-based search engine will basically look into this and identify the index. If I'm looked into the algorithm, whenever you're giving that word come with an index. So 1, 2, 3, 4 index side. That index will reflect in the first page of Google. So if you are looking his or her word, so then use the phrases that the phrase in the database, which database I had already mentioned for the research database. So from that database, suppose some particular say biomolecular hydration, simple, I had used follow up with the name of a biomolecular hydration, you will get that particular Indian scientist published such and such article in Science Direct, in the other basically research directory. So that will basically come one by one. And which phrase you have used, that will basically come with an order, ascending order.
Can you optimize the ranking?
Yes, you can optimize your ranking based on a filter. Basically, I have not, due to limitation of time, I have not discussed about the filters, but then after you will add filters. That will if you basically make it You are giving counter and immediately that counter is a more than 100, then definitely that will come first. Yes, my name, same with my name, one fellow is working in HR. So with my name, if I am basically clicking on my web page, some of the time my pages are coming first, some of the time my pages are coming. But we are तो सिमिलर नाम का कोई साइंटिस्ट या कोई बैठा है and he is a publishing article, then only you will feel that. Yes, definitely. Because that one is then you will add an extra filter. If you go to page, you will basically have look that there is a lot of there is an and then you will get multiple number of filters. Because most of the time we are not using those filters. That one is basically starting using something. Yes, many advanced search will have many options. But some of the times they like
type of article, whether it is CC or copyrighted or not copyrighted. CC also you have any type. So that also you can search the advanced.
Very good. Is correct. All the screen related and there are two questions from the online. Oh, designs. No. नहीं आया ना बताया क्या
बहुत फ्लक्चुएशन चल रहा है
voices also.
I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Sudip for the wonderful talk. You surely take back valuable advice and implement it in our research. And to create Dr. Sudip, I request Professor Anjana Munshi and Dr. To extend our to open up attention.